from CG, ladies and gentlemen, and this is at a glance. I'm just now looking at this. I think probably going to be pretty freaking good news for this game. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Turn meter and speed overflow changes. This is from our community manager, CG_Crumb. Our next title update will change how a battle determines which units will go next when multiple units have 100% turn meter. You guys ever notice that when you do like call to action, for example, and you're supposed to get another turn with Commander Luke Skywalker and then somebody else goes and you're just like, what the freak? It's because they both had 100% turn meter. Currently, turn order is chosen randomly from all units that have 100% turn meter, which can lead to some unpredictable results in a match. The new system defines a couple of new turn order rules for units with 100% turn meter to help create more expected outcomes. So less RNG, I am very much a fan of. Our internal testing showed that this change had little impact on matchups, but we still are closely monitoring for any significant changes. In the system, units can have their turn meter overflow 100%. Interesting. Okay, so units must still reach 100% turn meter to take a turn, but the order of the turns will be determined by the unit with the most turn meter overflow. I wonder if they'll do anything with the UI on that. Probably not. The turn meter overflow does not act as a buffer against turn meter reduction. When a unit turn meter overflow has their turn meter reduced, they forfeit all overflow turn meter before having their 100% turn meter reduced. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So basically, if they're over 100% turn meter, but I'll use Commander Luke Skywalker as another example. You use his second ability special. I'm trying to remember what it's called, and it clears 100% turn meter. It won't clear if they've got 150% turn meter. It won't take them to 50%. It'll still just take 100% off. Here's the order in which units will take turns if multiple units have reached 100% turn meter. 1. Unit with the highest turn meter overflow value. If multiple units are tied with the exact same turn meter overflow value, the unit with the highest speed will act. Okay. If multiple units are tied with the exact same turn meter overflow and speed are the same, one of them will be chosen randomly. I kind of wish that they'd make a rule too that, like, if, for example, a character uses an ability that's supposed to give them an immediate turn, like gain 100% turn meter, if it would give priority to the person that used that ability that got them there. I kind of wish that was there. Note number 1. Units who have been granted a bonus turn are subject to the same rules. This is exactly what I just talked about. But they will take their turn before anyone... Oh, hold up! So units who have not been granted a bonus turn are subject to the same rules, but they will take their turn before anyone who has not been granted a bonus turn. If there are multiple units with a bonus turn, the order is determined on the same criteria. Okay, note number 2. The target of effects like Thrawn's turn meter swap will go first the vast majority of the time, but there are some extreme edge cases with the high amounts of overflow that could cause another unit to go first. Okay. So here's an example of how the system will work with Rex and Echo versus Old Ben and Commander Luke Skywalker. Assume that each unit has the following speed stat. Okay, so Rex at 250, Echo at 200, CLS at 200, Old Ben at 225. Assume that each unit has the following turn order. Rex is at 100%. CLS is at 100%, but overflow of 30%. CLS goes first because he has the most turn meter overflow. It critically hits. Okay, these are kind of obvious scenarios. So thanks for reading and stay tuned for our next title update. So they're getting ready for a title update, which is very exciting. I think this is the only post that we've got today. Yep, we'll have to see if anything else comes down the pipeline. But I think this is very positive. This has been something that has been pretty frustrating in this game, in my humble opinion, for quite some time. Let's go ahead and throw some gameplay up there. When you've got that RNG component that is determining stuff like that. And so I think having an overflow, there's got to be very rare scenarios where the overflow is going to be that much. I think the only way, based on my understanding here, the only way that they're going to be able to actually get an overflow is by when characters gain extra turn meter based on other units' kits. And so when CLS, for example, gains 100% turn meter, he's going to have a lot of overflow there. So I don't think that this should be you know, I think this is pretty much going to solve those issues. It sounds like there were some extreme cases where maybe it wouldn't, but it sounds like it's a really good solution. So anyway, I actually think this is a good thing for the game. It's nice to see CG taking a crack at something like this. It's, you know, I'd love them to fix a lot of bugs in the game, and I'd love them to tell me something about galactic challenges, like literally anything. CG, please tell me something. But I also love to see them taking a crack at things that aren't necessarily items that we are super concerned about. Like, this is an annoyance in the game. It's not something that I am pissed off about every single day, but it is absolutely something that I think there's value in adjusting this. And so I think this is nothing but good for the game as far as I could see. So I think this is a good move by Capital Games right now. Next up, we just got to have some more news about Galactic Challenges. I did hear through the pipeline, it sounds like that news probably isn't coming this week. I'm hearing maybe next week. And there's going to hopefully be some more posts about that before we get it. And so stay tuned for that. I am anticipating next week. My personal prediction is we're probably going to see 3 or 4 forum posts next week. Maybe that's a high estimate. 2 or 3 forum posts probably next week, and then I think we'll probably be launching into our first iteration of Galactic Challenges, likely the week thereafter. I could be wrong on that timeline, but based on kind of some rumors that I'm hearing, I think that sounds consistent with what they are likely going to be doing in this case. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for this brief video talking about the turn meter changes in the game. How do you guys feel about this? What are some things you're expecting to see within the next week? Tell me how you guys are feeling. Are you antsy about the lack of information on Galactic Challenges? I am getting very, very anxious to hear literally anything they could possibly give us on Galactic Challenges. Be sure to come over, check out my Twitch stream. I will be streaming tomorrow morning at tomorrow morning at 10:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I got an awesome video that I just recorded for you guys while this post went live, actually, talking about some mistakes that a lot of people make in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you did enjoy it, drop a like and be sure to subscribe. I don't say this enough, but check and see if you're subscribed. A lot of you guys aren't subscribed that watch these videos. So actually check right now. Am I subscribed? And hit the subscribe button. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've kept you here long enough. I'm out. And as always, my brothers, don't forget,